Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today we've got a game between NightEnD and Clem here on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Terran player. His name is Clem, hailing from Dead Pixels. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, it's going to be the blue Protoss player. It is NightEnD from the clan is Imba and the country of Romania. While his opponent in the bottom right here, Clem, is from France. Now, I didn't know much about Clem. I've cast some of his games before, wasn't entirely sure where he's from or what he's known for, or any of that stuff, so I looked him up on the Liquipedia, and you guys, this dude's 15. This Terran player right here is 15 years old. I looked it up. He started playing StarCraft 2 at the age of 10. At the age of 10, qualified for Underdog Season 22 at the age of 13. I defeated Minimath and Showdown, who's been on the channel before. I mean, this is a ridiculously talented youngster when it comes right down to it. If you look at his picture on the Liquipedia, it looks like he's about 11 years old. I think it's out of date. I think it might be out of date. I could be wrong. This guy was born after I graduated from high school. That's how young he is. On the other side of things, NightEnD is 29 years old. He is a straight-up adult. Very excellent fellow, too. He's sent me many replays to cast on the channel. Appreciate that from him 1,000,000%. Anyway, wow. Clem, 15 years old. I have a hard time wrapping my head around this one. So here is a Reaper on the way from the Clem, and let's see if we can give him a Reaper name. Indeed, yes, his name is Pizza. For every kill this Reaper gets, we are going to get one box of pizza for a party hosted by Falcon Paladin. That seems pretty good. That seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, there are 20,000 subscribers to my channel. Almost. We're almost at 20,000. We're working on it. It's a slow growth, but we're getting there. And how many pizzas would it take to feed 20,000 people? What is it? Maybe a third of a pizza, a fourth of a pizza per person, depending on how much they eat, right? So 2,000. Yeah, I mean, anywhere from 500 pizzas to maybe 300 or so. That's a lot. That's a lot of pizza. Maybe more. Anyway, Pizza's going to come on in and try to get some kills. Again, Stalker's out. Perfect timing for NightEnD. Reaper hops on down, says, Stalker's out. I'm not going to risk my life just to get a single probe kill. But the people demand pizza. They want the pizza. I mean, it used to be Reapers would get a lot of kills. Don't you feel like back in the day it was more likely for a Reaper to get at least 3 kills? 3 kills, like 2 kills was the minimum. But now it seems like if a Reaper gets 1, we're impressed. Especially at the higher levels of StarCraft 2, right? Especially now. It just seems like players have figured out how to deal with this early Reaper stuff. They figure the timing out. They know what they need exactly when they need it on each particular map. And they're ready to go. And the poor Reapers are just left. We just scout. That's all we do. Scout around, see things, killing stuff's not really our forte anymore, sadly enough. Got a cool jetpack, though. That is always a lot of fun. And the combat drugs are nice, too. Healing up to 60 health. Back in Terranville, we've got Marines on the way. Got a Liberator here, too, working on a tech lab on that factory. Likely going to be for a little bit of tank play. And, did you try to poke in there again? You tried to poke in there again and got hurt. Dang it, Pizza. People rely on you. You don't have any kills either, do you? No, you do not. Are you going to be brave? You're going to be brave? I'm going to... Oh, actually, the Stalkers are a little bit out of position here, and he does manage to sneak up the ramp into the main base. Stalker inside the main base gets a shot off. Just scouting, trying to see what I can see here. Does catch the Twilight Council. Gets a shot off. Oh, catches a wounded probe, and it does get killed, and the Reaper ends up falling too. So Pizza the Reaper earned 1 pizza for us and our pizza party. I don't know how that's going to work out. 2,000 people splitting 1 pizza seems like not a great situation for anyone. It seems like a real bad situation for most people, right? Like 1 molecule of pizza is just not great. I can't even... How small would each piece be? 2,000th of a pizza. I don't know. Maybe that's enough for like a morsel of pizza. Are there 2,000 morsels in a pizza? Maybe. Depends on how big the pizza is, I guess. Liberator sneaking on up to the natural base. There are Stalkers ready for this. NightEnD is saying, no. How about you don't come over here? And Clem says, you know what? You're right. I've rethought my life. I'm not going to actually go in there. There is an observer here. In observation mode for NightEnD. See, it's on its back and looking up towards the sky or the surface of the ocean, I suppose. Oh, Liberator does decide to go for it. Gets a probe kill and gets a stalker too and gets a probe. Good focus firing, getting the probe. So 3 probes down by that Liberator, but in exchange for an entire Liberator, probably not the best trade in the entire world. APM to this point is 243 on average for NightEnD, 328 for Clem. This kid plays fast. Kids have fast twitch muscles and reactions and stuff. That's why they're good at the video games, where us old people are maybe not as great. But NightEnD, who is almost 30. Let's see, when was his birthday? I don't know. His birthday's on Wikipedia. Don't have his page up right now, unfortunately. Yeah, Blink on the way from NightEnD. I was going to say, based on the number of Stalkers he has, he's better be getting Blink. It doesn't make any sense to get this many Stalkers without the Blink upgrade. And the push is coming from Clem. He's got Marines, he's got a Widowmine, he's got a tank, he's got a Marauder. Another Marauder here too, and getting a third base while he's attacking. Attack while expanding. Attack while expanding. Is what they always say, and it's true. And it is, by golly, the absolute truth of StarCraft. Alright, setting up just outside this natural base. Widowmine burrowing, tank getting into siege mode, probes retreating. Do they know? They must know. They must have seen this coming in. Alright, so Observer comes over and says, exactly what are we dealing with here? It's a single tank, it's Marines, it's Marauders. I don't know if this Gateway army is enough to deal with it. What? Okay, there's an Immortal in production for NightEnD. He does have Charge coming in here too. Why are these probes long distance mining? This tank can't actually hit that. The tank... Yeah, you can see the range. Oh, that... Okay, that probe went on the backside of the mineral patch and died. 3 Marines inside the natural base, trying to bait units into this tank. NightEnD is too smart for that. Too smart for that, and the Immortals here. Oh, the Immortals going to have a great time. Absorbing tank shots, actually focusing down the tank. Oh, gets it before he dies. And then once the tank is gone, the Guardian Shield Zealot Stalker army going to be pretty good in this situation. Has picked off one of the medevacs already. Chasing on in. Goodbye. Get the heck on out of there. Goodbye, medevac. Zealots wish they had charge. They almost do. Oh, now they do. Hacking this Marine. Oh, okay. So it looks like we're very injuredly trying to get inside the main base for a scout. Yeah, that's where they're hoofing it. They've got stim. They have little to no health. They get in. They see the robotics facility. The Marine's going to... I mean, there's nothing he didn't already know about. And he gets killed as well. Sorry, dude. Just cut in half by that guy. Oh, drop here the main base as well. No, NightEnd's army was already here. He was already chasing those guys. And the medevacs are forced to leave some friends behind because these stalkers want to murder them so very, very badly. This one does manage to escape. The other one pops in. Drops the Widowmine, but the reaction time by NightEnD is perfect. And he sacrifices 1 probe for it. Gets picked up, but then the medevac dies. Oh, all right. So, 1 probe kill. So far, we've got 6 probes down to no SCVs down, which explains partially why at 64 to 59 total harvesters and Clem has the lead. Third base looks very nice. I mean, he was doing some good macroing back home while that attack was going on. Sitting on a bunch of Marines and Marauders with a couple of Widowmines too. 1 medevac does manage to make it home. Another Liberator. Caught. Caught out in the open by NightEnD there. You are not allowed. You are not allowed to do that again. Leave my natural base alone. Whoa, pretty quick 4th base from Clem too. I guess he feels like that attack was a little bit more successful than I feel like it was. Anyway, resources lost. Going to be 2,200 for NightEnD and 3,300 for Clem. I mean, that's a lot of dead things. 19 Marines, 4 Marauders, a tank, 2 Liberators, a Reaper, poor pizza, 3 medevacs, and 3 Widowmines in exchange for 7 Stalkers and Immortal, 4 Zealots. Yeah, I mean, that adds up. Protoss units are expensive, but Clem lost a lot of things. Liberator coming on down, and these pylons are going to scout this. This is why these pylons exist, is that they can see when stuff's coming. Attacks, drops, Liberators, all sorts of things. Scanning the 3rd base. Is there any kind of static defense here at all? No, but the scan tells NightEnD that maybe there's an attack coming at the 3rd base, and he does have a bunch of Stalkers here ready to go. Zealots as well. Zealots are looking awesome. They do not have the Wolverine claws, though. The X-23 claws from the Cheese compilation. Did you watch the Cheese compilation last week? You should. It has one of the new War Chest skins in it. Whew. It is some hot Protoss skin action there. I'm not really one for the skins, but man, love it. Yeah, these pylons that just got constructed are being murdered As is predicted, Liberator does get set up and then killed at the third base, but it does tell NightEnD where Clem's army is. Okay, it's down to the south. That means it's not back home. That means these zealots up here might be able to get some damage on this third base, depending on when they move out. Where are you going, army? Thinking about, I guess, okay, going to knock down these rocks for easier access to this fourth base that NightEnD is constructing right now. Can they knock it down? Gonna try to knock it down. And they get it. That's a lot of damage, actually. +1/+1 on everybody. +2/+2's begun for the bio as well. So pushes in to threaten it and then decides to just pull back. That's about it. Oh, Zealots! Zealots do show up here at this third base of Clem. Going after the SCVs. Hacking it away, but do get cleaned up by a small group there to defend. But the whole army came back for that. I don't know about this, Clem. I don't know if you want to come all the way back home. Yeah, probably not. But NightEnD is now on the offensive here. He's got 4 Colossus, unimmortal. He's working on extended thermal lance. He's working on +2 attack. He's getting is that +3 ground armor? That is +3 ground armor. He has been absolutely focusing on that armor upgrade this entire time, and it's definitely paid off. If you have +3 on the way at 11 minutes, you're doing something right. Here's your engagement, and Clem doesn't like it. He says too many Colossus, trying to kite back and back. The Vikings are trying to get rid of the Colossus, but so many Stalkers on the ground that they are in a heap of trouble right now. Colossus trying to hold it. Oh, Colossus winning that battle for sure. Pretty good concave here from Clem, but it's a lot of Marines and a lot of Marauders, and 4 Colossus on the ground with the +2 attack and the +2 armor right now. That is an absolute shellacking. Goodbye, 5th base. Clem was trying to get up there. Might have overextended just a little bit. NightEnD says, I'm going to push into your planetary fortress. 4th base and kill that one too. Has that sound, and it's bad. Trying to repair it. I don't think there's enough repair to get through this. And nope. Planetary fortress is down. Vikings are focusing down at the Colossus. One of the Colossus goes down. Focus fire. The other one and does get it. But unfortunately, the ground army for NightEnD is still pretty big. He's pulling back. He's warping in more Zealots to help with this thing. Zealots, again, with charge in +2/+2. Almost +2. Almost +3/+3, rather. Pretty scary stuff. But again, the splash damage is what is helping this happen. 15 kills on that one Colossus and 5 on the other one. 20 kills for 2 units. So important. So important to have those. Templar Archives for NightEnD is warping in back at his main base. 4th base happily running here at 64 to 52 Harvesters now. NightEnD is threatening the replacement of this 4th base. Clem trying to rebuild his 4th, trying to replant his 4th from his main orbital command. And his Viking count is looking pretty healthy again. He's got 11, making another one here. Making 3 Liberators at a time as well. Going to try to set up some of those Defender mode circles. Didn't really factor in all that much, did they, in that battle? The Defender mode circle didn't seem like it helped all that. Helped a lot. Either way, oh, did this Observer scout this drop? This Observer scouted this drop, and the Stalkers are absolutely going to murder it. Moment of silence for that drop. Jeez, Observer placement, so important. Hugely important. War Prism trying to sneak around this bottom section of the map, and Clem has a Viking out and says, no, you're not going to warp stuff in here. Get out of there. Oh, trying to get out, but it was too late. It was too late. Psionic Storm being researched by NightEnD. That +3 ground attack is on the way. +3 armor's already here. It just absorbs so much damage, especially from the Marines. The more armor something has, the worse the Marines are against it, because their attacks are low DPS and they attack very quickly. So every time they attack, the armor's applied. So the more you attack, the worse it is. That's why Speedlings as well are not that great against things with a ton of armor, because each one of their attacks just does less damage. Whereas a big, hard-hitting unit that does big attacks more slowly has a better time of it. That makes sense? Because each one of the 100 damage attacks is only reduced by 4, as opposed to each of the 8 damage attacks being reduced by 4. You see the problem. 5th base warping in here from NightEnD. Clem does scout that one out. Liberator trying to sneak on up to the 3rd base, get some damage done after doing something at the 5th base. But the big attack is here for NightEnD. Moving right on into this 4th base. Liberator is setting up Defender mode circles. The storms are disgusting, though. The blink forward from NightEnD. All of his Colossus are dead, but the Stalker count is just too high. Fully upgraded Stalkers getting shield upgrades there, too. And that's a good game out of Clem. Clem is defeated, and NightEnD was victorious. Woo! That is a testament to upgrades and splash damage when you're playing against a Terran player who's going bio. That is absolutely what that was. I mean, those Colossus, yes, they all died, but man, they did a great job killing how many Marines? 109 Marines in 14 minutes. 109. Sure, that Liberator was doing some damage back home, but it was 161 and 46 available supply total. So NightEnD absolutely had that game won. NightEnD ended up losing 5 High Templar, a Sentry, War Prism, 22 Stalkers, 4 Colossus, which is bad, but if you win the war, you're probably okay with losing 4 Colossus and Immortal, 28 Zealots. Clem ended up losing 109 Marines, 46 Marauders. That's a lot of Marauder. 1 tank, 11 Liberators, 18 Vikings. That's a lot of Vikings to die. And 8 Medevacs. Medevac count at the end of the game was 0. Kill those Medevacs against Bio. That's what you got to do. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.